So this is a session on preparation strategy for quant and DA, all of you. So specifically we'll focusing on quant and DA. You will also have one more session on reasoning very soon. So what we are going to discuss as a part of this session, highlights of this session, is we look at weightage of quant section in RRB officer scale 1 and officer assistant exams. Topic wise breakup of a question. Topic wise breakup of questions. So basically each topic, how many questions in prelim, how many in main, what is the breakup of officer scale 1, what is the breakup of office assistants, etc. Preparation tips and strategies. Okay, let's begin. As all of you aware of, we have 40 questions in prelim exam and 40 questions in main exam, both in officer scale 1 and office assistant quantitative aptitude section. PO or scale 1 we call it as quantitative aptitude, and here we call it as quantitative T. One more T should be there. Okay, in clerk it is called as numerical ability, right? 40 questions. There is no section wise time limit, but we need to fix the time limit for each section and we need to try and answer the questions, right? So let's start. This is the topic wise breakup of RRB PO officer scale 1 prelim and main exam. I've given the breakup of last 3 years, 2022, 2021 and 2020. Just go through the breakup. Go through the breakup. We will discuss. We'll start discussing. Just I am giving you 1 minute of time. Just go through the topic wise breakup. You can take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot. Now, if you see here, officer scale 1, quadratic comparison, prelim exam. I'm saying 0 to 5 because exam is conducted in multiple slots. In one of the slots, there may not be quadratic comparison questions, but as such, quadratic comparison questions generally a part of your prelim exam. And you can also expect, if you look at last 2 years, 2021 and 22, you have 5 questions in your main exam as well. So I can say this is one of the important topics. Then simplification and approximations. Prelim exam, you have about 5 to 6 questions. 0 to 8, 0 means one of the slot there is no questions on simplification approximation. Then 4 questions, 3 to 6 questions in prelim exam. In main exam also, last 2 years, you are getting about minimum questions, about 3 questions to 4 questions. Individual quant questions, right? 9 to 14, 10 to 14, 10 to 17 in prelim exam. Main exam also, you have a great weightage here, 9 marks, 11 marks, 10 marks. Individual quant questions is nothing but your questions from your topics like equations, ratio, time and work, time and distance, probability, etc. Data interpretation, data given in the form of charts, tables, bar graphs, line graphs, pie charts, etc. Here also, if you can see, the weightage in the prelim exam is 13 to 16 marks, 10 to 17 marks, 10 to 18 marks. That means almost 15 questions out of 40, close to 40% of the questions are from data interpretation. 15 questions in last 2 years main exam. Before that, about 20 questions. That means we can say 20 out of 40 means almost 50% of the questions. So 40 to 50% of the questions are based on data interpretation. This is one of the important area. Then we have number series. It may be missing number series or wrong number series. It is a regular feature in your prelim exam. Also in main exam, see 21 there were no questions, but 20 there were 5 questions, 22 there were 4 questions. Data sufficiency, data comparison, generally asked in main exam. Sometimes can be asked in prelim, but generally a part of main exam. Now if you see, data sufficiency was there in 2022, data sufficiency questions were there in 2020, data comparison were present in only 2021. 20 we don't have any questions, 22. Not that important. Data sufficiency, data comparison, we have not a regular feature in prelim exam, but main exam you can expect questions. If you are getting questions, you can get about 4 to 5 questions. Data comparison also, if you are getting it, you are getting about 0 to 5 questions. That means it may not be in main exam also, but if you are getting questions are asked, there will be 5 questions in there, right? So generally I will say this, quadratic individual questions and DI are important in both prelim and main, right? So simplifications, quadratic comparison generally focuses on prelim exam. These two generally prelim can be asked in last 2 years. You are getting 3 questions, 4 questions in your main exam also. Then data sufficiency, data comparison generally in your main examination, right? Let us look at office assistant breakup. You can find a difference in the breakup of officer scale 1 and office assistant. Again, I'm saying individual quant questions and data interpretation is part of both prelim exam and main exam. But if you look at your prelim exam here, data interpretation, 10 questions, 12 questions, 10 to 12 questions. So maximum you are getting 2 sets in prelim, maybe 5 questions or 6 questions. Main exam, you have only 15 questions. That means you are getting 3 sets in main exam. 2 sets in prelim exam and you are getting 3 sets in main exam. So 15 means almost about 10 means 10 by 40, 25 to 35% of the weightage is for your data interpretation. But here you can see you can find increase in weightage for your simplification and approximation. See here 15 questions, prelim exam 10, main exam 6. There are no questions in here. Prelim exam 10, main exam 5. But you can find more number of simplifications and approximation questions in prelim exam. Here 10 questions, 10 questions, 15 questions, the combination of simplification as well as approximation. Look at previous slide. We have only 5 questions, 0 to 8 questions, 3 to 6 questions in prelim exam. Here weightage of DA, even prelim is more, but here weightage of DA is restricted to 10 to 12. Instead of that, we have more number of questions on simplification and approximation. See, data sufficiency, no questions asked. Last 3 years, it may be prelim or main. Data comparison also, except in 2022. Recently, there were 5 questions in main exam, but otherwise, before that, that means I'm talking about last 2 years, 21 and 22, 20 and 21, there were no questions. Again, missing series is a regular feature. It may be your prelim exam, it may be your main exam. Wrong number series or missing number series. Regularly, you are getting questions on simplification and approximation. Quadratic comparison, 2020 prelim we had, 21 prelim, 22 prelim, we don't have quadratic comparison questions. Instead, these questions were given in main exam. You observe this difference. Here, what happened in the RRB officer scale 1, quadratic comparison were a part of your prelim exam. Also, last 2 years, you're getting questions in your main exam. But quadratic comparison, last 2 years, not asked in quadratic, what you call prelim exam, but they have appeared in your main examination. Right, individual quant question, that's equation ratio. On an average, you're getting 10 to 15 questions from individual quant questions, right? So if I summarize this entire story, what we can tell is, we can say series DI arithmetic important for both prelim and main. Important for prelim, simplification, approximation, quadratic comparison. Now, quadratic comparison not asked in clerk. Clerk prelim is not present in last 2 years. Clerk prelim not asked in last 2 years, but appeared in main exam. Appeared in main exam. Data sufficiency, data comparison important for main exam, but these days, see, particularly you can expect more number of questions if you are appearing for IBPS PO very frequently, or SBI PO, IBPS clerk, or SBI clerk. As far as your Gramina banks are concerned, that is RRBs are concerned, data sufficiency maximum 5 questions, that too in main exam. Data comparison also 5 questions. So that is also not a regular feature. So instead of that, you focus more on individual questions, data interpretation. If you're writing clerk specifically, more of simplification approximation questions rather than other question types. So series, data interpretation, individual quant topics, simplification approximation, quadratic comparisons. In a nutshell, if I say, these are the topics which you should look at, which you should focus for IBPS RRB exams. Right, students? Now, look at here. We look at the strategy and tips. Start with what? Simplifications, approximation, number series. Easy to solve, less time consuming. So we'll start with this simplifications, approximations, and number series. Then we'll do quadratic comparisons. Attempt only easy ones. If time permits, I'll do my difficult ones. These days you are getting surds based root 7x, surds based what you call quadratic comparison. So identify easy questions where you can find the roots, then attempt those questions. Then individual quant questions will attempt time and work, time, speed and distance, profit loss, probability, etc. Then do your data sufficiency, data comparison. Finally, do your data interpretation. Now, when I'm talking about data interpretation, I've written something here, leave caselet. Here, data may be represented in the form of table, tabular form. Data can be represented in the form of bar graph. These are the different models in data interpretation. Data can be represented in the form of line charts. Data can be represented in the form of, line charts. Data can be represented in the form of pie charts. Oh, circle wala. Then we have questions based on caselets. Apart from that, we have generally when you go to your main exam, combination type DI questions. What do you mean by combination type? Two tables, table plus bar. Combination means table plus bar graph. Two pie charts, table plus line. These are basically called combination of DI sets. But most of the times you'll get single graph, prelim exam. Main exam also single graph. Sometimes what happens is when you go to your main exam, you can also get this combination types. We are saying leave caselet. Caselet means data presented in the form of paragraphs, regular like your reading comprehension, right? You have to read this paragraph, put this data. This is an unstructured data, raw form of the data. Table given, bar graph given, line graph given, pie chart given. Data is in a structured format. Only thing is that you have to read the data, understand the data, analyze the data. You have to just go ahead and solve the question. But here, this is unstructured raw form of the data. You have to put this data either in the form of a table or in the form of a Venn diagram. Then you need to solve the questions. Put the data in the form of table or put the data in the form of Venn diagram. Then we can go ahead and solve the question. That means one more step is involved here. If you ask me, sir, I want biryani. I went out, brought a biryani packet, gave it to you. Just open it, eat it, ready to eat. Oh, you want biryani? I went out, I bought rice separately, masala separately, everything separately and gave it to you. You cannot eat it, right? You have to cook it and eat it. You have to prepare and eat, right? So that is your caselet. You have to put the data first in a structured format, in a tabular form or a Venn diagram form. Then you can try and solve the questions, right? But generally, what I'm suggesting is leave caselet. If you want to try prelim exam to some extent, you can try caselets, but main exam strictly no. Main exam strictly no. No caselet until unless time permits you. Because see, there is no section wise time limit also. Unnecessarily time will overshoot. Instead of spending that time on English section or reasoning section, you'll be spending on this caselet and time will overshoot here. Rather, you'll not be getting marks also. Unnecessarily, you'll be building pressure on you. So caselet sabhi khatam hone ke baad, because section wise time limit hai nahi. So you complete all your sections, still time left over, then come back and do it. Don't do it in the first round. Now, prelim exam mein main isliye bol raha hu, there are only two sections, right? In prelim exam, if you see your quant section, your reasoning section, right? I'm saying give some 25 minutes to quant, 20 minutes to reasoning. आराम से कर सकते हो. If you are very good at quant, then generally quant calculations are involved, so I'm increasing that 25 minutes there. But you can give that 25 minutes here, you can give 20 minutes here. That is also can be done, depending on your strong and weak areas. But generally, quant calculations are there. Give about 25 minutes to quant, and reasoning give 20 minutes, right? Now, what I'm trying to say is here we have only two sections in prelim exam. Here, maybe you can look at solving caselet. That is one reason. Second reason, prelim exam caselets will be easy compared to main exam caselets. There will be only one paragraph, only two small paragraphs, where you have to, most of the times you have to put it in the form of table, then you will be able to answer the questions. Venn diagram kind of caselets, very rare. That means if he has given also, he'll give you maximum two set Venn diagram or 3 set Venn diagram, which will be easy to solve as per your prelim exam level. But most of the times the data that is given, you should put that data in the form of a table, then you have to solve it, right? Now, caselets, yes, to some extent you can try in prelim exam, but caselets in main exam, definitely no. All right, you try all other areas, then if you have time, then you come back and try for your caselet. That is what I was trying to explain here. So leave caselet in the exam. Prelim you can try, but main exam you can come back and do. Then second point, data interpretation, a table will be given, right, followed by 5 questions. I'm taking an example of table, right, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. See, most of your time, at least some 2 minutes of your time, will go in reading the data, understanding the data, and analyzing the data, right, friends? After that, you start solving the questions. In 5 minutes of time, if you've done 2 questions, you've done a good job. If you have answered 3 questions, I'm saying you've done an excellent job. Leave the set. No, get out of the set, go to the next set. Generally, what happens, sir? I have spent 5 minutes. I have solved questions, sir. And answers for those 2 questions is wrong, which is acceptable, which is not at all acceptable. Rather, spend those 5 minutes of time. Spend that 5 minutes of time on another section where, or the next set where you can solve another 2 to 3 questions, right? So 5 minutes, ideally you can solve 2 questions. Good job. You've done 3 questions. Excellent job. Leave that set. Go to next set. Go to next set. Remember, every set there are easy questions, moderate questions, difficult questions. In the entire paper, you take individual or quadratic or series or DI. You have easy questions distributed throughout the paper. If you can identify easy questions and solve them, I'm saying you'll be doing a fabulous job. You'll be getting a what you call definitely good marks in your quant section. But don't get stuck at one set or one particular question types, right? So keep that point in mind. Then next important point in DA is selection of sets. This is very important. This is where most of us will be in trouble, right? Selection of sets is one of the most important feature when you are solving your data interpretation questions. So select the set. Start with whose set, sir? You said leave caselet. Prelim exam, maybe in the last you can try. Main exam, you don't even look at that until unless time permits, right? Start with what? Start with sets which are comfortable with. Sets which you are practiced a lot. You're good at table, start with table. You're good at pie chart, start with pie chart. You're good at bar graph, start with bar graph. Again, selection of sets, you should, there are 2 types of selection, external selection, internal selection. So I'm saying, look at the data, look at the data, look at the data, look at the questions. So you have to select by looking at the data and questions together. You do not look at only data. Don't say data is very complicated. I am not going to try this set. Or look at only questions saying that questions are, most of the questions are calculation based or more intense calculations are there. I'm not going to do that. See, your decision should be made by looking at the data and reading the questions both put together. Data may look very complicated, but remember, friends, very complicated. If the data is complicated, the questions will be easy. Most of the times, he'll ask you only approximation based questions, right? So look at the data, look at the questions, then select the set. It may be table or pie chart or bar graph or whatever it might be you're comfortable with. Start with that set. So within a set, again, 5 questions. I told you 2 are easy, 3 are easy. Solve them, get out of the set. Data from a set can look complicated. There are likely to be easy questions wherever there is in a difficult set or a complicated set. And use approximation techniques. We have discussed speed match techniques, speed match sessions. We have taken recently. We have taken a session, right? So if you attended that session, use all those techniques here so that you should be able to clear the. You should be able to answer the questions in a quick time. right? So let me see if I have any questions here. No questions. How come no questions? Yes, ma. Any questions from your side? Type it in the chat box. Fine. Forty people are there. Okay, how to practice arithmetic questions? Vaishnavi has asked one question. Fine, Vaishnavi. Okay, how to practice arithmetic questions. Now, the next part is I'm going to discuss arithmetic questions practice. Ma. There I will cover that part. Ma. Okay, fine, Vaishnavi. Any other questions, ma, others? Within how many minutes DI is to be solved? See, it all depends here, ma. Number of sets. If there are two sets, ma, let's say three sets, you are solving two sets. Spend ideally per set, spend somewhere around 4 to 5 minutes. Ideally, spend 4 to 5 minutes per set. Now, if I go back to my simplifications, you can simplification approximate number of questions, right? Solve and understand simplification. Mega Kiran, the point is simplification and approximation. We have done a session on speed maths. If you want, we will repeat that session once again. If you attend that session, if you have missed that session, you can attend once again. That session we will be focusing on simplification approximation. There are certain things which you should learn. Certain definite prerequisites are there, like your multiplication tables, squares, cubes. If you learn those values, then you'll be able to answer simplification and approximation questions, right? So if simplification approximation, there are 10 questions, you can spend around 4 to 5 minutes. Series 5 questions, you can spend around 3 to 4 minutes. Then individual 10 questions are there, spend 5 to 6 minutes, because I'm not going to solve 10 out of 10. I'm going to solve some 5-6 questions. DI per set, you give somewhere around number of sets you solve is 3, 2 out of 3, 4 to 5 minutes per set. That is how you should look at, right? Mega, when I'm discussing that simplification approximation, I'll take up. So let's start the next slide. Right. These are the prerequisites. These are the things which you are discussed, right? Multiplication tables up to 20. Now, learn 20 tables, squares up to 25, cubes up to 12. Fraction values, reciprocal values. What are these fraction values? 1 by 2, 50%. 1 by 3, 33.3%. 1 by 4, 25%. So on. 1 by 12, 8.33%. Or I can say 8 1 by 3%. 1 by 2 to 1 by 12, including their multiples, you have to study. Including their multiples, you have to study. Right? Multiples are also compulsory. Including multiples, you have to study. Now, you have to be good at your percentage calculations. 1 second, let me complete complements. Complements of 100 means how much I should add to get the nearest 100. 99 complement 1. 98, what's the complement? 2. 72 complement 28. 64 complement 36. 45 complement 55. Right? If I ask you 33 complement, what's the complement of 33? Don't say 77, it is 67. So complements of 100, reciprocal values, right? I will list down just here. 1 by 2, 50%. We have covered all these in the speed math session recently we have conducted. 33.33%, or I can say 33 1 by 3%. 1 by 4, 25%. 1 by 5, 20%. 1 by 6, 16.66% or 16 2 by 3%, 1 by 7 14.28% or I can say 14 2 by 7%, 1 by 8 12.5% or I can say 12.5%, 1 by 9 11.11% or I can say 11 1 by 9%, 1 by 10 10%, 1 by 11 9.09% or I can say 9 1 by 11%, 1 by 12 8.33% or 8 1 by 3%, including their multiples you have to study. Right? These are the reciprocals, including you should be able to tell me 2 by 8, 3 by 8, 4 by 8, right? Then percentage calculations. When I'm saying percentage calculations, if I take a simple number 5,000, if I ask you how much is 10%, 10% you have to put a point after one digit, 500, 1%, 50 after two digits, 0.1%, 5. If I ask you 5%, how will you get 5%? Half of 10%, 500 half, 250. If I ask you 2.5%, it is half of 5%. So 250 half, 125. A 10% can also be written as 1/4 of 10%. Or 1/4 of 10 is 2.5 or half of 5. 10% is, let's say, 913. Find out, otherwise 10%, 4, I will take little in decimals, all are integers. So 456.5. Find 80%. How will you find 80%, ma? 80% would be 8 into 10%. So 8 into 456.5. 8 into 456.5. 400 in multiply, 3200. 50 into 8, 400. 6 into 8, 48. 448. 0.5 into 8 is 4. 452. Or in speed maths class, we might have discussed this one. If you observe, 456.5, 10 half is 5, 5 half is 2.5. We are done there, right? 10 half is 5, 5 half is 2.5. Similarly, you double this, 10 double 20, 20 double 40, 40 double. I am saying you have to do the smarter way of solving these questions. Double of this, 450 double 900, 6.5 double 13. This is 1826. Again, double of this is 3650. 10 double 20, 20 double 40, 40 double 80. Right? We can also look at solving, look at answering what you call focusing on basic percentage calculations. Then also you should focus on percentage concepts like percentage increase or percentage decrease. What's the formula for percentage increase or decrease? Difference. I'm not going to discuss the concepts now by initial because it is only a 1 hour session. I'm just giving you a broad idea about quant preparation, but you need to be ready with percentage less, percentage more, right? If I put it in formula form, we will say difference. Generally not a formula, but we will write opposite of less, larger value into 100. Percentage more, difference. Opposite of more is lesser value, that is smaller value into 100. Right? Then you have to find out what percent of x is y, x is what percentage of y. These are keywords now. Anything that follows off and than should be always there in the denominator. So then you have to know about percentage points, the basic percentage concepts, and A is what percent more, B is what percent less. Then all these basic fundamental concepts of percentages, because your questions, most of your questions will revolve around percentages, average and ratio. The concepts of DI questions will be asked around percentages, averages and ratios. Then quadratic comparisons, we have how to find roots. You might do, or we can find roots using factorization method. Then you have a formula approach. Then we have one more approach, the short approach, or you can call it as shortcut approach. There is a third approach. Using this, we have done 2-3 videos. These videos are available on our YouTube channel. Please do watch these videos. I have done these videos and quadratic comparison. We can you have to just go through. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. YouTube channel is Time for Bank Exams. YouTube channel is Time for Bank Exams. This is our YouTube channel for what you call bank and SSC. Now we will be also be uploading a few DI videos, few quant videos, few reasoning videos very soon for RRB and upcoming bank exams. But subscribe to this channel. Go to playlist. Under playlist you have subject videos. Under subject videos we have uploaded this quadratic comparison videos. So please do watch. There's one more approach. That is, we do it. We take it as x square. A into C we will do. B we will write. A into C is positive. B we write it as sum of two numbers. B is what? Coefficient of middle number, right? Then A into C, if it is negative, we write B as difference of two numbers, right? So please do watch this quadratic comparison, how to find roots. Then multiplication tables, 20 multiplication tables, preferably 20 into 20 multiples is what you should look at. Right now, what I'm trying to say is learn in such a way that you might have a feeling like multiplication tables is not going to help me. I'm not going to what you call gain anything from multiplication tables. It is not like that. If you ask me, sir, how to improve my speed, how do you know that these are the factors, sir? How far? How can you are doing? How come you are doing so fast? All this because of multiplication tables. School days, your class teacher, your mathematics teacher might have told you learn tables till your 5th standard. When we move to 6th standard high school, even teachers forgot, we also forgot. Again, you're appearing for your bank exams. I'm saying you have to write SSC or bank. You have to learn 20 tables. Learn in such a way. I will not ask you tell me 20th table, 30th table, 40th table, etc. My question would be, let us say, I will not ask you 12 table, 12 into 1, 12 into 2. No. If some question is asked, you should be able to answer the questions. Sum of two numbers 25, their product 144. Sum of two numbers 25, the product 144. What could be the numbers? Any guesses? Product is 144. Any answers? Right, 16 and 9. 16 plus 9, 25. 16 into 9, 144. Sum of two numbers is equal to 25. Their product is 126. Product is 126. Any guesses? Product 126? 18, 7. Sum is 25, two numbers. Product 136. 17 and 8. I'll ask an easy one. Sum 25, product 156. This is easy. You can try, friends. Correct, ma Chandrakant? Product 156. Sum 25. Ama 12, 13. 12 plus 13, 25. 12 into 13, 156. So learning tables is learning this way. If I ask you any number, you should be able to recollect the factors. Or you will study a topic called time and distance. Under time and distance, we have a subtopic called boats and streams. Whenever it is boats and streams, right, we arrive at an equation. Let's say 135 by 12 minus C plus 135 by 12 plus C is equal to 24. Can you guess C value? 135 by 12 minus C plus 135 by 12 plus C is equal to 24. See, I'm not asking you to solve. If you solve, everybody here should be able to answer the question, right? I'm asking you without solving. Take 135 common. What is the LCM? 12 minus C into 12 plus C. You write 12 plus C here, 12 minus C here, C cancel. A minus B into A plus B, 1 A square minus B square. I get 144 minus C square quadratic equation. Without all those, let's hear. What are the numbers you can see? 135. If you add these two, we should get 24. Which multiplication table you come across 135 in 1 to 20? Either in 5th table or 15th table. Look at 15th table. 15 into 9, 135. What is 15 plus 9? 24. So 1 should be 15. Other value should be 9. Such that my sum is 24. So C value should be 3. 135 by 12 minus 3. 135 by 9 is 15. 135 by 15 is 9. 15 plus 9 must be 24. Right? This is how you try and solve the questions. If you learn multiplication tables, without actually solving them, you can guess the roots, you can get the factors very fast. So these are compulsory prerequisites. One should spend some time, take some time, some 1 week of time. See, tables and reciprocal values may take some time, but 25 squares, 15 cubes, complements, percentages, quadratic equation, they should not take much of your time. Then study basic concepts of quantitative aptitude. Here, basics are very important. 2-3 reasons. One, if you study only the formula is only question specific. Maybe if you observed by this time, bank exams have evolved in last decade. Now you are getting very few direct questions based on formula. Maybe to some extent you can look at in a prelim exam, you can get it, but main exam strictly no. You will get more what you call more of concept oriented questions. So your basic fundamentals should be very clear to answer those questions, to try and solve those questions. Even learning these concepts, basic concepts, will help you to solve questions on data sufficiency and data comparison. Right, friends? Okay, I'll just give you 1-2 minutes of time. If you have any questions, you can ask me. You can also unmute and ask questions if you have a doubt or given permission. You can unmute and ask questions, or you can put your question in your this thing. Ranjusha, Pooja, Fatima, Athira, Janaki, Jankiram, Sonia, Vinusha, Vrinda. Any questions, ma? Shilpa, Sneha, Frishma, Swati. Okay, all good. Fine. Okay, we'll move ahead, ma. Then. All right. Who asked me about simplification approximation? There was one question. Not Vaishnavi, individual questions. Mega Kiran. Simplification and approximations. You have to look at what you call the things which are discussed just now. Percentages, simplifications, squares, cubes, all those values you should be ready with. Then you'll be able to. These are the basic concepts which you should learn for your simplification and approximations. Right. We'll take up this question. Try this question. Try this question and tell me the answer. This is simplification question. You have to find out the exact answer. Just example I'm taking. I'll not spend much of the time here. Example. Correct, Chandrakant. Correct answer. Right. I'm just putting simple questions so that you can understand. 13,574 divided by 11 into 0.25. First, you have to do division according to board mass rule. Brackets of division, right? So 11 ones 11, 25, 11 twos 22, 37, 11 threes 33. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into 0.25. 0.25 is nothing but again 1 by 4. So by 4. So 308.5 should be met. 0.25 instead of multiplying by 0.25, 0.25 I'm writing it as 1 by 4. So 308.5. This is approximation question. You're not expected to calculate the exact number. You're not expected to calculate the exact value, approximate value. Make an approximation. Easy questions only have given, not difficult question. Definitely not. Correct Kamble, correct answer, 308.5. Right answer, Chandrakant. See, you have to be very careful. If it is simplification, you cannot take nearest value. Approximation, you are not expected. How to differentiate? This is the point. You are not expected to calculate the exact value. So you can take an approximate value and answer. 152.957 is 153 divided by 16.96 is 17. 1.98 is 2. 17 goes 9 times. 9 into 2 is 18. Second option should be my answer. Correct, Neha Jadhav. Correct, ma. Very good. So 153 divided by 17 into 2. Okay. One more question. Ma. This is based on percentage. Again, you are not supposed to find out the exact value. Ma. Can you try this? Try this and tell me the value. Again, approximation question. Ma. You are not expected to calculate the exact value. Neha, these are the questions for you. The question you asked, you'll be able to answer this. Correct, Neha. Very good, ma. Fantastic. 28,500. Good, ma, Neha. Very good, ma. Now here, I'll write this way. It is 150% of 12,000 plus 250%, approximate only, na, 4,200. So 150% is 100% 12,000 plus 50% half 6,000. So it is 18,000, 100% and 50%. 200%. 200% means double number. 4,200 double, 8,400 plus 50%. 50% means half of 4,200, 2,100. How much? 10,500. So if I add these two, it has to be 28,500. 28,500. Good, ma. Approximately, Nama. Why do you want to take 12040? Take 12,000, 150%, 250. Options will be quite far away. See, you can happily make an approximation. Right. Individual questions. Individual quant questions. I think there was question on individual questions. Somebody have asked me that question. They asked me individual questions. Vaishnavi. These are the important topics, Vaishnavi. Prelim and main exam put together. Equations, ratio, proportion, variation, percentages, profit and loss, partnership, time and work, time and distance, geometry mensuration, probability, averages, mixes, allegation. There's one more topic here. Don't forget this was simple and compound interest. Basically, these are the important topics where you can find quite frequently questions, simple and compound interest. Equations, ratio, proportion, variation, percentages, profit and loss, partnership, simple interest, compound interest, time and work, time, speed and distance, geometry mensuration, etc. Okay. Next. This is important. Basic concepts, rather than focusing the formula or a shortcut, learn basic concepts, how to solve a question. Most importantly, you should look at focusing on, see, when you're learning, it takes time. Don't worry about your time at the time of learning, at the time of practice. First, you should know, first thing is you should get the answer correct. Second thing is get the answer correct in shorter time. You don't try to simultaneously do these two things. No. First, when you're learning questions, when you're learning concept, definitely takes time. You have to get master. You have to master that much. Then only what happens, you can cut down your short. You can cut down your time, the time it takes to solve the question. But if you try to do both at the same time, learning and trying to solve in the shorter time, I'm saying avoid that. Don't do that, right? So better would be solve the questions, learn the concept first, look at various approaches, the best way to solve the question. Then you try start practicing those questions. Then the more you practice, then your time taken to solve the questions will come down. Definitely takes time, but while learning concept, don't try to what you call adjust the timing. But it's not going to happen. Learn the concept, then practice more number of questions, then automatically your speed will improve. So learning basic concepts is the key here. Then practice a greater number of questions and models. This will help you in improving your speed and accuracy. That's what I was talking about. Then look at smarter way of solving the question. See, once you solve a question, arithmetic particularly, you take time and distance or time and work or percentages or profit and loss. The more you solve, the more number of questions you solve, the more you get ideas. The more models you see, the more number of ideas will be there. So I'm saying every question you just see, I can solve like this. Can I reduce the number of steps so that I can save time and time in the exam? Can I look at alternate approaches? Because arithmetic, there is no fixed rule that you should do like this. One question can be done in 3-4 different ways. So it's the most smart, what you call best way to solve that question. Smarter way of solving the question, which involves less time, lesser number of steps. You have to what you call focus on that part. Maybe a logical approach, observation based questions, minimizing the number of steps. These are the steps which you should focus on. These are the steps which you should look at. Right now, I'll just give you 1 or 2 questions so that you can try these questions. Then I'll tell you how to solve these questions. Right, very quickly, some 3-4 questions. Just go through this. Anybody would like to try? You can try. Try and answer the question. Hope Vaishnavi, I answered your question, and Megha also. Any further questions you can ask me. Answer for this question. Very good. Very good. Sneha Mohan, good answer. Neha Jadhav, correct answer. Others, please try. I am waiting. Very good. Janki Ram. Fine. Let's look at this question. Zoo, there are certain number of peacocks and rabbits. Total number of heads are 80. That means total animals are 80. Out of these animals, we have peacocks. We have rabbits. He's asking me to find number of rabbits. If I take rabbits as x, peacocks will be 80 minus x. Instead of taking x, y, putting 2 equations. If number of rabbits are x, number of peacocks should be the remaining 80 minus x. Peacock will have 2 legs number, 2 into 80 minus x. Rabbit will have 4 legs. So x rabbits 4x is equal to total number of legs is equal to 200. So 2x is equal to 200 minus 160, 40. X is equal to 20. Correct. So rabbit is having 20 legs. Sorry, how many rabbits are there? 20 rabbits. Each rabbit will have 4 legs. So based on that, number of rabbits will be 20. Correct answers. Now I am saying the same question. Can we do this orally? Let's say he's asking you to find number of rabbits. Why do you want to write equation? See, and that's what I was talking about. Alternate approaches, logical approaches. Assume all of them to be peacocks. How many animals are there? Heads 80 means 80 animals. If all of them are peacocks, 80 into 2, I should have 160 legs. But in my shed, wherever the place these are animals are there, I have 200 legs. 200 minus 160, I'm having how many legs more ma extra? 40 legs extra. Why I'm having 40 legs extra? Because sir, all of them are not peacocks. Some of them are rabbits. Rabbit will have how many legs? 4 legs. So if I replace peacock with rabbit, what's the increase in number of legs? One animal, peacock I remove. I'm assuming all of them are peacocks. But remove one peacock, replace with rabbit. If I do this, one animal will give me 2 legs more. Ma. I'm getting 40 legs more. 40 by 2. So I will have how many number of rabbits? Ma? 20 number of rabbits. This is how you solve. Got the question? If I am asking peacock, assume all of them to be rabbits. Whatever is asking, the other thing you take the number of animals to be that one. So I'm asking rabbits, so assume all the animals present are peacocks. So if all of them are peacock, I should have 80 into 2, 160 legs. But how many legs I have? 200 legs in the question. So I have 200 legs means we are having 40 legs more. Why 40 legs more? You will tell me, sir, some of them are rabbits, sir. So what will happen if I replace peacock by rabbit? Number of legs, peacock will have 2, rabbit will have 4. So number of legs will increase by 2. One animal will give me, one replacement will give me 2 more legs. I want 40 more legs. So 40 by 2, there are 20 rabbits. This is how you look at solving this question. Okay. Look at this one. Try this question. Try this question. Answer please. Okay, I'll explain this question. 4 consecutive numbers A, B, C, D 34.5. If I take the first number as x mark, next number consecutive means gap is 1 number, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. Average, what's the definition of average mark? Sum of all quantities. Average is sum of all quantities divided by total number of quantities. Right? So average means x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 3 divided by 4 is equal to 34.5 average. So 2x, 3x, 4x plus 6. If I multiply 120, 136, 138. 4x is equal to 132. X is equal to 4 3 is 12, 4 33. X is 33. What are my numbers? My numbers are 33, 34, 35, 36. Product of B and D, 34 into 36. You know, speed maths, we might have discussed this one. 1 to 1 technique. Right side single digit, 6 4s are 24. 2 digits is always cross multiplying. 6 3s are 18, 3 4s are 12, 30 plus 2, 32. Left side single digit, 3 3s are 9 plus 3, 12, 1 2 2 4. This is a regular approach how to solve this question. Very good, man. Neha Jadhav and Chandrakant, fantastic. 1 2 2 4, correct answer. Badhiya. Right. What's the oral approach of solving this question? This is, you can hope you are taking screenshots. No? Right. This is a regular procedure. No? What's the oral approach of solving this one? Just here. If there are consecutive numbers, for example, I'll take one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Average ma 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus consecutive numbers by 5. 12, 18, 25 by 5. It is 5 ma. So the middle number will become average. See, each number is in consecutive numbers means gap is 1 number. Each number is increasing by 1, 1, 1, 1. Middle number will become average, right? Also, average is nothing but first term plus last term by 2. That is also average number. 3 plus 7 by 2. 10 by 2 it is 5. Second from the first, second from the last. 4 plus 6 by 2, 10 by 2, that is 5. When I come to middle term, there is only one middle term. If I take this one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what will happen? 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 by how many numbers? 6 numbers, right? 7, 12, 18, 25, 33 by 6. 33 by 6 means how much more? 3 11s, 3 2s, 11 by 2 is 5.5. Now, sir, what is first term plus last term by 2? 11 by 2, 5.5. 4 plus 7, second from the first, second from the last. When you look at middle number, you have two middle numbers. So, average is average of these two. Right? When there are odd number of terms, given series is in AP, there is only one middle term, it will become average. If there are even number of terms, there will be always two middle terms. Average is average of these two. Right? Now, having said that, just here one. The sum is this number 34.5. Okay. This is what my average number. Average is nothing but second term. There are four terms number A, B, C, D. First term plus last term by 2 or middle two terms. I'll take B plus C by 2 is 34.5. So B plus C sum is 69. How will I get 69? Which two consecutive numbers will give me 69? This is 34, this is 35, then 69 consecutive numbers. Now, next number is 36. So multiply 34 into 36, I'll get 1224. Average is, if there are even number of terms, average of the middle two numbers. Or A, B, C, D are consecutive numbers. Now I can say A plus D, I can using the same concept, is equal to 69. Average is also first term plus last term by 2. A plus D by 2 is 34.9, 34.5. So A plus D will be 69. What's the difference for consecutive numbers? What's the difference between D and A? D minus A will be 3. Right? So it is increasing by 1, 1, 1. Difference will be 3. Now if I try and add them, plus A minus A cancel. 2D is equal to 72. D is equal to that. This is third approach. This is second one. This is third approach. D 36. So C 34. B will be C 35. B will be 34. If this is 36 now, 35, 34, 33. If I have to do 34 into 36, I'll get 1, 2, 2. See, this is what I am trying to say. One question can be solved in multiple ways. See the method that is comfortable to you. See which method is which is the best approach, which will save your time. Accordingly, you have to answer the questions. Right? Try this question one. Try this question one. Third question. Quickly, then we'll tell you what needs to be done. Average of 24 students is 56. 3 students whose scores were misread as 44, 45, 61. Actually, you have to take 48, 59, 67. By mistake, they are misread as, you're reading them as 44, 45, 61. 24. When I'm taking those three wrong numbers and calculating 24 students, the average is coming around 56. 24 students, average is coming around 56. See, don't do all this calculation, not required. What is average? Average is sum by n, sum of terms by n of terms. So I want total marks. Don't do this one, time waste. Total marks would be 56 average into 24 students, right? How much is 56 into 24? 4 6 are 24, 20 plus 32 plus 2, 34, 1344. From this, I have misread as these numbers as wrong number. Actually, I have to take these. So subtract the sum of this. What is sum of this? 44, 44 plus 45 plus 61. How much more? 88, 89, 90, 150 you have to remove. If I remove 150, so how much this will be? 94, 1194. Okay, 1294, 1344, right? Again, in this place, I have to add this number 48 plus 59 plus 67. So 48, 50, 57, 107, 114, 174 I have to add. Correct one? 59, 66, 60, 126, 134, 174 I have to add. So 78, 1368 it will be. It will become how much more? 1368. So new average would be actual average 1368 divided by how many students? 24 students, right? So 24 6 times 124 5s 120 168 24 7s. What is my new average? 57. This is what you do, multiply and do. I'm saying not required. Let's hear. I'll do this. What's the average of these 24 students? What's the average of these 24 students? 56. Now, instead of multiplying and doing all these values, all these calculations, just here, you have to take the sum of the three students' marks as this much, 48, 59, 67. Sum is 174. By mistake, you have taken as 44, 45, 61. The total is 150. So you have to remove these three students. You have to replace with these three students. Then your total will go up how much? 24. That means the sum of the totals, when I'm removing those wrong marks of those three students, 150, replacing with the actual marks 174, I'm increasing the total by 24. So I'll get 24 extra. This 24 extra are to divide among how many students? 24 students. That means each student will get how much extra? 1. When each student is getting 1, 1, 1, 1, I told you in a group, if each member is increasing by P, average will also increase by P. Each member decreasing by P, average decreases by P. Basic rules, each member gets multiplied by P, average also gets multiplied by P. Each number divided by P, average also gets divided by P. So each student increasing by 1, 1, 1, 1, then obviously your average will also increase by 1. Logically, I can say 57 is the answer. 57 is the answer. Very good, ma. I didn't check actually. Sorry. Rini Sebastian, Neha Jadhav, Sneha Mohan, Sanit Kumar. Fantastic, ma. Chandrakant, I think it's you made some mistake, ma. Just check, ma. So you understood, ma. Instead of writing all the numbers, calculating, you don't even have a calculator, right? Instead of doing all those, three students, actual marks are this many, I have taken this many, replace them. 24 is increasing, divide among 24 students. One student will get 1 extra. Each one is increasing by 1. Total will, average will increase by 1. So it should be 57. Right. 1 second. Try this one. This is your actual IBPS question. Bank exam question. This is the last one. Then I'll look at data interpretation. This is the last one. Because we have spent, I'm just trying to give you the broad idea how you should look at questions, what to solve questions, better ways, smart ways of solving the questions. Okay, Raj buys biscuits chocolates, pastries. He buys more biscuits than pastries and more chocolates than biscuits. Okay, I'll write like this. Biscuits are more than pastries. Chocolates are more than biscuits. Chocolates, biscuits. Biscuits more than pastries. Chocolates more than biscuits. He buys more biscuits than pastries and more chocolates than biscuits. He picks up a total of 38 items. So he's buying at least 11 each month. So 11, 11, 11. He's buying total of 38 now. So what you do is, how will you adjust 38 ma? Increase this one by 1 ma, it will become 12. So if I'm P is pastries are 11 ma, so remaining are 27. So this can be 15. Yes, it is satisfying. Pastries 11, it can be 13 now. 24. Chocolates are 14. Yes. Pastries 11. If I take biscuits as 14, chocolates will be 13. Biscuits more than pastries, but chocolates are less. So this is ruled out. Can pastries be 12? Let's say if this is 12, biscuits should be more than pastry. It should be at least 13. So 12 plus 13, how much more? 25. Total 38. And this is 13. These two are equal. This is greater, but these two are equal. But what is the condition? C should be greater than B. B should be greater than P. 38 items are satisfying for only these two cases. So what's the number of question? How many biscuits does he buy? It may be 12 biscuits or 13 biscuits. Either 12 or 13 is present in option 2. You might get a doubt, so I explained you that cases. Can it be 14? It can't be 14. Can pastries be 12? It can't. When it is not 12, it can't be 13 also. So it has to be only 11. When pastries are 11, I have two cases. Biscuits can be 12, chocolates 15, or biscuits 13, chocolates 14. Right? So this you can take a screenshot. This question, next question I'm not solving. You can take a screenshot. Try later. Try later. Okay. We'll come back to data sufficiency, data comparison, particularly for main exams. Data sufficiency you can expect most of the times. 3 statements are rare in RRB. This is very rare. But most of the times, if he's asking, he'll ask you 2 statements, he'll ask you 2 quantities. Basic concepts will help to solve these questions. DA. I explained you there are different models: tables, pie charts, bar graphs, line graphs, caselets. Then we also have in main exam combination DA graphs. 2 tables, pi, 2 pies, pi plus table, like that. Then you will have main exam double pie chart. This is what I was talking about. Recent we got 1 bar graph caselet. Look at this missing DI table. Data will be missing. Then you have quant based DI, that is time and work based DI, time and distance based DI, partnership based DI, mensuration based DI, probability based DI, quant based DI, so on. But if you see combination types, you can find only in main exam. Combination are not there in your prelim exam. So I have separated here. Combination you can find in your main exam. Prelim exam will get only single sets. This is about DI models. I have discussed in detail when we were discussing earlier. These are the important points. This you take a screenshot. Spend some time in reading the data and the questions. First, look at the data, read, see. What is important is reading the title. Without reading the data and title directly, if you look at the numbers, you will not understand anything. So read the data, read the title, right? Read the title. Then what happens is after reading the title, you will come to know whether the data is about sales or manufacturing or production or something else. Then second step, note down the units. Units are very, very, very important. Very important. Units given in the data and units asked in question. The data may be given in lakhs, question may be asked in million. Data may be given in what you call crores, question may be asked in billion. So you have to be very careful. Units are very important. Let's say lakh 10 power 5, million 10 power 6, crore 10 power 7, billion. Basic things you should know. 10 power 9. Weight quintal 100 kilos, ton 1000 kilos. So read the title, see what data is required. Then note down the units. These are the points which you should always focus before you solve any DA set. Any additional information given in a data or the question, it should not be ignored. Generally, what happens, apart from the data given in the table or a pie chart, outside he'll write a note, he'll put a star mark, he'll give you 1 or 2 sentences. You must and should read this data. This is known as additional information. If additional information is given, you must and should read this information. Based on this information, there might be 1 or 2 questions. Sometimes what happens is, if you miss this information, all the questions sometimes might go wrong. So additional information is given, maybe in the form of a note, or he might give you let's say savings, a percentage is savings by income into 100, like that. Some definitions will be given, formula will be given. You must and should read that information, right? Then look at this point, all questions in a set are of not of same difficulty level. If 5 questions are there, 2 to 3 will be easy, 1 will be moderate, 1 will be difficult. Any set will be combination of easy mode. Your focus is identifying easy questions and solving them. Leave difficult questions and moderate level of difficult questions. So when you read a question, if you look at that instant decision, you know the answer. It's a simple, easy question. You solve it, you get the answer. It's a difficult question, I'm going to leave it. If it's a moderate level of difficulty question, I'll mark it for review. I'll go back and try and solve in my second round, right? Right. These are certain things which you should be careful about in data interpretation, right? Tables, out of all these, table, bar graph, line graph, pie chart, case rates, tables are easy to understand. Data in the form of row wise and column wise. Now, don't make a mistake of, let's say he's asking you to add the row wise total or column wise total. You add in the system itself by looking at the system itself. I told you how to add to 2 digits in previous class we have discussed. Add there and then itself. You copy down the data given in the system on your rough sheet, system on your rough sheet, system on your rough sheet. There is a chance of making a mistake. You read it as 4, 2, 5, 6, but while writing down you copy it as 4, 2, 6, 5. Or you copy it as, you will be saying 4, 2, 5, 6, but you will be writing it as 4, 5, 2, 6. These kind of mistakes will be, you cannot avoid these kind of mistakes. So I am saying add row wise addition or column wise addition at the table itself. Table data is easy to comprehend, easy to understand. Then do not, when the table is given, let's say some 7 rows and 6 columns kind of thing, don't add all the rows and all the columns total. Don't do that. The moment few students will do this, but the moment we start, we first find out all rows, columns total, all rows total, then I start reading the question. No, don't do that. Read the question if it is required, then only you add one. Otherwise, time waste. Don't do that. Then you look at bar graph. Bar graph, we have a normal bar graph. Normal bar graph means this is your normal bar graph. The types of bar graphs. There are 2-3 types of bar graphs. Then we have stacked bar graph. Stacked bar graph means it looks something like this. It is stacked one above the other. Let's say I'll say like this. This is A. This is B. Vertical, and this is C. This is D. But if I write 1000 here, that means let's say these are sales of XYZ company. What are my total sales? You see here, but this is 1000. If I write this as 300, let us this as 650, leave this as 800. How much is sales of A? 300. How much is sales of B? Because it is starting at 0, ending at 300. Sales of B is not 650. Upper boundary minus lower boundary. 650 minus 300, 350. Sales of C is not 800. Starting at 650, ending at 800, so it is 150. Sale of D is not 1000. 1000, this is 800, the gap is 200. 8 plus 2, total I am getting 1000. Then your histogram. What is histogram? You might have done your frequency distribution in your school days. Your bar graph will look something like this, similar to this. This is called histogram. This is a normal bar graph. And what is this called? One above the other, stacked bar. These are different types of bar graphs. Right? Particularly bar graph and line graph, by looking at maybe in the difference in the bar graph, or sometimes if you look at the line graph, it is like this, line graph. Too steep. Looking at the slope of the line graph, certain questions can be answered through thorough observation. Certain questions can be answered through thorough observation. So particularly bar graph and line graph, few questions we can answer through observation. Look at pie charts. When you look at pie chart, so the data can be represented in the form of pie chart. Data can be given in percentage. If it is given in percentage, it is 100%. Pie chart, data can be given in degrees. If it is given in degree, total is 360 degrees. So I can say 100% is equal to 360 degrees. 10% is equal to 36 degrees. Now if I ask you 1%, it is 36 by 10, so 18 by 5 degree. If I ask you what is the value of 1 degree, 1 degree is 10 by 18, so 5 by 18%. Right? Now if I say, let's say this is 25%. How many degrees? 25%. You want to convert into degrees into 18 by 5, 90 degrees. Now let's say this is 90 degrees. How much percentage? Degree to percentage conversion into 5 by 18. It is 25%. So 10% 36, 5% 18 degrees. Add these two. These are the standard values which you should remember. 15% is 36 plus 18, 54 degrees. 20%, 72 degrees. 25%, 90 degrees. 30%, 108 degrees. These are the standard values which you should remember. So data can be represented in pie chart, or in percentages, or in angles, or sometimes combination of both. That means one pie chart, he will give you percentage. The second pie chart, he will represent in degrees. When two pie charts are given, basically when you're looking at two pie charts, prelim exam will get only one more. Comparison of bases, the total values, if you compare here, it will be easy to answer few questions. Right? Caselets, data given in verbal form. Right? You have to put that data in a tabular Venn diagram form. Should be attempted at the last. That too in the prelim exam. Main exam, you have to leave it. These are the points which I thought I would bring it to your notice now regarding data interpretation. Right? When you look at types of questions in data interpretation, okay, you gave the answers also. Rini, Sebastian, it is 12 or 13. I think you just check. Neha 12 or 13. Sneha got 13. Aarti got 2. How 2 much? Just check. You gave answer for another. Achha, you gave the option. Okay, fine. I got it. Okay. Sneha, you should get 12 also. Right. Question types. You have basically questions are sum based questions. What is the average? What is the difference? What is the sum? Or percentage based questions. Percentage increase, percentage decrease, percentage more, percentage less, or what is the ratio of these two things? Or you will have question this one, average growth rate. Most of your questions will revolve around these concepts. Right? We have online classes. We have classroom coaching also. For physical classroom coaching, you can contact your nearest time center. Online classes, you can online recorded course is there. We are also for this online recorded course, what you need to do is you have to log into www.timeforeducation.com. From there, you can go to that online recorded page. We have a separate course for clerk. We have a separate course for PO. We also have bank plus SSC course also. Combination also is there. Anybody is preparing, you can look at joining this. Different features, fees, everything is given on the website. You can visit there. Then you just subscribe to our YouTube channel, Time for Bank Exams. If you are not done till now, please subscribe to that Time for Bank Exams. Right? Very soon we are going to have a free All India mock test. Free All India mock test for IBPS, and because IBPS clerk notification is there, we'll be doing a free All India mock test. Mostly on 15, 16, 17. We are finalizing the dates. You can go through our website. You can see that under bank events column, time events column will be there. There you see under bank we will be uploading this free All India mock test. Then we'll be doing similar reasoning session. How to prepare for reasoning section, how to prepare. We'll be doing one more session next week. Most likely on 17th we'll be doing 17th July we'll be doing how to prepare for reasoning. Most likely tentative date, but we will upload the content. We'll send you mail. You can register free All India mock test on the pattern of IBPS clerk. This one we will be uploading tomorrow for the dates. More tentative dates again are 15 to 17. So you can attempt these two. Apart from that, what you called subscribe for YouTube channel. We are uploading regularly current affair videos and other topic videos. You can go through this, right? So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, this is about the session. Hope the session is helpful. You have taken out time, that too on a Sunday evening you have attended. It's nice of you, all of you. So this shows that you are very serious about getting a government job. So I wish you all the best, all of you, right? If you have any questions, definitely you can ask me. I'm here. Otherwise, you can anytime you can send questions to us. Ankita. Okay. By mistake, you unmuted. Fine. I've given permission to unmute all of you. Any questions, ma? Otherwise, wish you all the best, ma. And take care of yourself. Good night. Have a nice week ahead, ma. Time events is on timeforeducation.com. If you go to timeforeducation.com website, ma, there you will have time events. Ma. Bye, ma Chandrakant. Good night. Under time events, you can see ma, CAT, bank, SSC. So what are the events we are doing? They will be uploaded there. YouTube channel has the content on streams and time and work. Yes, Janakiram, we have content on votes and streams and time and work. If it is not there, we'll upload. Don't worry. Bye, ma Neha. Thank you. Bye bye. We'll upload Janakiram. Don't worry. Fine. So any other questions, ma? Bye, ma Ankita. Bye, Arjun. Bye, ma Sebastian. Right, ma? Bye, ma Sneha Mohan. Good night. Fatimul Anand. Bye, ma. Rachan, good night. Please prepare a session to manage time for taking exams. Okay, Krishna Priya. Before test taking strategies, we'll do one session, ma. Bye, ma. Arti Kashyap.